There we go. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the end of the year. Can you feel it in the air, the warm weather, right? I hope everyone's got a smile on their faces. It's warm weather and it's Friday. All right, good afternoon to everyone who's tuned in around the country on our live stream. Welcome. My name is Rob van der Bijl. I'm one of the executives here at DuePoint. I'm going to be spending about 45 minutes with you, and I'm going to tell you all about this business, a little bit of background on us, what the opportunity is all about, briefly how this business works, and then after the presentation, you are welcome to ask as many questions as you like. All right, so let's begin. As you can see, we're a division of another company called Constantia Insurance Company Limited. Constantia is a registered insurance company in South Africa. We have been around since 1952. You probably don't recognize the name or the brand because Constantia has never dealt with consumers before in its 70 years. It's only dealt with other financial service providers. So it's been a business-to-business company. But for the first time through DuePoint, we are now approaching members of the public directly. So you'll become a lot more familiar with the brand. The FSP number that we operate under is that one over there. That's very important. We've got a number of financial services board licenses that allow us to work in financial services in South Africa. So we've got a long and short-term insurance license, we've got an investment license, and then we've also got our FSP license. You can go look at those licenses outside in the foyer above the water cooler. You can go to our website, you can check them out there, and you're welcome to go to the Financial Services Board website and check our licenses there too. Credibility is very important for us, especially as a brand that is trying to grow in South Africa. And at the same time, in this presentation, we're going to be proposing a partnership, and trust needs to be the basis for any proposed partnership or collaboration. So I want you to trust the business. You're welcome to go do a background check on us. We are listed on the Joburg Stock Exchange under a group called Conduit Capital. The senior staff of these people, starting with the first three on the far left there, they are registered chartered accountants. Mr. Brendan Benfield is our senior executive. He heads up this division. He's got a lot of experience in financial services, particularly in insurance, because his father has had a lot of widespread success in insurance. Brendan and his brother Stuart followed in their father's footsteps. Their father founded Clientele Life. He's been the CEO of numerous businesses in South Africa. They founded businesses in Europe. Brendan, Stuart, and their father founded a business up the road called Prime Meridian Direct, or PMD, which is now one of the biggest short-term insurers in the country. So we've got some wonderful financial pedigree in Mr. Benfield. We're lucky to have him heading up this division. And then we've got Tim and Stacey. They look after the rest of the accounting requirements. That's the auditing. Very important, right? That a legitimate business is audited properly and regulated, and we keep up a lot with the financial regulation that's required. And then myself and Jane. Jane, the non-accountants, by the way, doesn't make us any less important, right? I say it like the accountants are more important than us. So Jane and I are the two non-accountants. Jane is very experienced in direct marketing and direct selling. She's from the UK. She's from York in particular. So if you speak to her, you'll know she's got a funny accent. But she's been in South Africa for a while now, and she brings very important experience to our business, because even though we're an insurance business, our growth in South Africa is determined, it's predicated on our ability to work within the direct marketing or the referral or network marketing space. And Jane brings that experience to our team. Myself, I've been working in advertising and branding and design for about 25 years. I ran my own digital agency for about 15 years, and we also operated very much in the financial sector. We did a lot of work for the big banks, especially Investec. I worked a lot with that zebra. You know that Investec zebra? Yeah, I worked a lot with the zebra tamer. I'm joking. So that's our senior staff. Our mandate, we've got our client service staff, we've got our admin staff, but our mandate as staff of DuePoint is to support everybody that joins us here at DuePoint. We want to see you being effective in this partnership that we're going to be proposing. More importantly, we want to see you being profitable. That's why you're here today, right? And ultimately, we want to see people here at DuePoint just happier, right? If you can change your circumstance, hopefully it's going to be towards happiness. And those are the aspirations we have for people in our business. And that's why we support you, because if you can achieve those things, we will be successful as a business. And so it's in our interest to support you as much as we can. You are not alone when you join this business here at DuePoint. Push into that support. There is a lot of it that exists. Very quickly, you can see this is a horrible slide. It starts with that four-letter word in the top left corner, debt, right? We have so much of it, but we hate it so much. It is almost a way of life, unfortunately. And what our business is about getting rid of debt, because we're not only a business that creates income generation, our business is actually about wealth creation, right? And that starts speaking to a number of issues that we have in our lives with regards to personal finance. So the economy exacerbates our position with regards to personal finance. Our salaries are going up by 2% on average for the last 7 years. Guess what the cost of living is going up by every month or every year on average? 4.5%. So your salary is not keeping up. Our salaries on average are devaluing against what the cost of living is, right? It is a big problem in South Africa. We've got massive unemployment, and you can go on and on and on about all the issues we face. This business is an opportunity to take control over your finance, over your income, right? Instead of being dictated to by the economy, by all sorts of things, your boss, the industry you work in, the company you work for, this business allows you to take control. And so, out of all of these issues, Constantia saw the opportunity to create this business, this division called DuePoint. We launched the DuePoint system in February 2016, so about 2.5 years ago, with a number of aspirations in mind for us as a business, as well as for the people that get involved in this business. So our primary focus in this business is wealth creation, right? Income generation only forms part of that general aspiration. We want people to empower themselves through this business to get rid of their debt as quickly as possible. Because if you're able to get rid of your debt as fast as you can, it's the sooner that you empower yourself towards wealth creation. And we create wealth through the ownership of assets, right? And those assets can take on all kinds of forms. Who would like to own a number of houses that they're renting out? Sure. Right? That's asset creation. That's where wealth's created. Who would like an asset that pays them out every single month, whether they're working or not? Exactly, right? And that's why our focus is always towards wealth creation. You have to get rid of your debt. You can't consider yourself a wealthy person if you owe everyone money. I mean, we work in a very affluent area here in Bryanston. Sandton is probably the richest city in Africa, right? There can be people living here that are earning 250,000 Rand a month who aren't wealthy, because they've bought a house that they can't afford, a car that they can't afford, and they're still indebted up to their eyeballs, right? So wealth, we have to start thinking about wealth generation differently. It is not what we all assume wealth is. Wealth creation is through assets. It's having a positive balance sheet. Get rid of that debt as quickly as possible. So that's what our business is about. That's the language that you're going to hear us speaking here at DuePoint. And I hope everyone aspires to those aspirations, because it makes all the difference. How does this business work? Our guests here this afternoon, you have the opportunity to join DuePoint today. Once you join us, we will refer to you as wealth engineers. So that's what you become. You become a wealth engineer, and as a wealth engineer, you have a single task. And that single task is to build a channel of distribution for yourself. That's the asset that you're going to be building here. How do you build a channel of distribution? Very simply, all you have to do is connect people to our business. That's it. Tell them about the business opportunity. And if you're successful in that process, if you can connect some people here to DuePoint, they become wealth engineers themselves and product owners. That is you being successful as a wealth engineer in building your channel of distribution, and it leads to a host of benefits, primarily being that you get to create an income for yourself, an additional income. An extra paycheck every single month. The nature of the income that we produce here, because it's wealth focused and not income generation focused, it's not once-off active income. We create recurring income. Some people refer to it as passive income, annuity income. My father calls it making money while you're sleeping. These are good things to invest your time in. That's where you want to be focused on. Unfortunately, we all need salaries to pay the bills. Right? That's about all the salary is good for, is paying the bills. To go beyond that, you need to start creating assets and recurring income, and you can do it here at DuePoint. We harness the power of duplication. It is leverage, so we'll refer to it often as leverage. It is the ability for you to duplicate yourself, right? So if you can go out and find other like-minded individuals that become wealth engineers and start helping you build your channel of distribution, that is leverage that exists. If you, for example, find 20 people that do the same work as you every single week, you've just leveraged yourself by 20 times. Your income can increase by 20-fold, right? You certainly want to take advantage of leverage, right? And I'll explain that a little more when I show you what a channel of distribution looks like. Our business is flexi-time. It just means that the technology we've put in place allows you to build this business anywhere in the country, any time of the day, because you do it all off your mobile phone. Everything that we do is in the cloud. You heard about things in the cloud? We're in the cloud, right? We also have proper offices, but we're also in the cloud. And that you can take advantage of, because you can phone someone tomorrow in Cape Town, tell them to click on the link you sent them, and they'll become a wealth engineer. And now suddenly your channel's growing in another province, in another town. Overnight, without any expense to you, right? Businesses have never been able to do that in the past, because we've always been constrained by location and time. There's no startup capital. We've designed this business to have a very low barrier to entry. I don't want you to be considering this proposition today, worrying about the risk. Right? What happens if I say to you, to get involved in this business, you need to put down 50,000 Rand non-refundable deposit? That would make you a little more anxious, wouldn't it? Right? We don't want that. We want this business to be accessible to people, more accessible to as many people as possible. And so we've designed it to have very little risk. We don't have boxes of product that you have to invest in, right? Because that becomes risk, because now you've got to sell that product, you own it. We don't have starter kits or registration fees. We've designed it to be easy to get into. At the same time, we don't have qualifications or experience requirements. No one brought their CV today. Did you? Did anyone bring a CV? No, exactly, right? Because we don't discriminate against people with regards to their experience or qualifications. The job market does. Based on your experience and your qualifications, the job market will dictate to you what you can have in this life. I'm telling you here at DuePoint, you can take whatever you want off the table. Doesn't matter. You get to build an asset. This is very important. Right? So this is, again, focused around wealth creation. You're building an asset that you have ownership over. That means you can sell your channel of distribution one day. If it's producing 5,000 Rand a month, that's equivalent of having R1 million in a bank account producing interest. Right? It also means it doesn't retire you. Your job will retire you at 60, 65. Your assets don't retire you. So that's why you want to build assets, because assets will pay out into your 60s, into your 70s, into your 80s, and when you die, who's going to live past 100? They reckon babies born today are going to live way past 100. They reckon a child born today might even live to 200 because of all the advances in medicine and healthcare. I don't know if I want to live that long, right? But know that the asset that you've spent all your time building gets treated like any other asset. You will seed it in your will to your beneficiaries. Who would like to pass wealth onto their children when they die? Yes, right? And again, this is why we focus on building assets. Not only assets, but assets that you have ownership over. There's no selling involved in our business. You will not be selling any product as a wealth engineer at all. You don't have to worry about our products. You don't have to say anything about products. I will do that. Brendan will do that. Our website will tell people about our products. Your focus is around connecting people to the business opportunity. Our business is split very much into, we've got products on the one side, business opportunity on the other side. You don't worry about the product side. When you go out building your channel of distribution, it's about connecting people to the business opportunity. And that is where the most value lies in our business, right? This is where you can change your life. An investment policy is not going to change your life. The business opportunity will, and that's what you're going to connect people to. The nature of our products, though, are financial in nature. It means we don't have stock and distribution issues. Everything gets taken care of by IT systems. You won't even know about it. Like I said, there's no boxes of product you're taking home today. You didn't have to bring a bucky. You don't have to fight for space in your garage. I was speaking to one of our wealth engineers this week. She said she used to sell some products. I don't know what it was. She says, if you came to my house, our car was parked in the driveway and all the boxes were in the garage. She says, I'm so glad I don't have to do that anymore, right? It's convenience in the nature of the products. All right, so let's look at a channel of distribution, because this is what you're going to be building. It begins with you. You become a wealth engineer today and a product owner, and now you're going to be focused on connecting other people. In this example, you've connected 5 individuals, right? You might have spoken to 10 or 15 to get 5 to say yes, but that's fine. 5 have joined your first point there. And now your channel takes on a life of its own, whether you like it or not. This is where leverage and power of duplication come into play, right? Because after time, you can't. Does anyone know how to manipulate time? I know it feels like it's going faster when you get older. Have you noticed that? I'm looking at the older people. What's going on? Is time going downhill as you get older? I don't know what's going on. But you cannot manipulate time. You have to give your channel time to develop to a size like this, right? I always say this business is about time and numbers. You take care of the numbers. You take care of connecting people. God will take care of the time. Don't rush him. Be patient. But where you have to be discerning in building a channel of distribution is those 5 people that you connect to this business. Make sure that they are good, quality, strong people. We put up did you see that wonderful post on Facebook this week? Fill your cup so that you can share the overflow of your cup. It is hard to share when you have an empty cup, right? We would love this business to be a charity business where we could help everybody in this country. But we're not in that position. You have to make a very discerning business decision when you connect people. Find people that have the resources to thrive as wealth engineers. Because if you bring weak people in here, people who don't have resources, people that become a burden to your channel, that behavior will filter into the rest of your business and your channel will collapse every other month. I want to see wealth engineers building strong channels, right? Fill your cup and then you can help people if that's what you want to do. So this is what a channel of distribution looks like. We'll discuss it a little more in depth. I have a quick warning to you. Anyone who thinks they're going to get rich quickly, you're in the wrong place. It doesn't exist, by the way. Wealth does not get created overnight, right? It doesn't. Once-off income can, but wealth doesn't. You've got to look at it in terms of years, right? When we speak about long-term in this business, we are talking 5, 10, 15, 20 years in this business so that you can build real sustainable wealth. And that is my warning to everybody. A lot of people have this expectation that they can become rich quickly. It doesn't exist in any form, right? I don't know how many people have tried to start their own businesses. You will know it takes time and effort and perhaps a lot of money to start a business, let alone make it successful. They reckon 95% of new businesses don't even get to year 5. So I hope we have that appreciation. Because if you have that appreciation, if you have that expectation, then you will work harder, you will invest time, you will get less frustrated when you know you're in a process that takes time. That is my warning to you. No one's left, so I think I can carry on. Let's speak about our 4 products. So we've got 4 products here at DuePoint. Their benefits are all financial in nature. Right? So they are designed to help you from a wealth creation point of view. They are not designed to burden you. Like I said, there's no products that's going to end up in your garage. They are designed to help you from a wealth creation point of view. Our first product is an investment product. It's called Access Wealth. It's going to cost you 324 Rand a month. 100 Rand gets invested into a tax-free investment fund in your name. You've got full access to that fund. You can withdraw your money out at any time. There's no notice on that. And we give you 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. So if anything happens to you, if you're killed in any form of accident, we'll pay out your beneficiaries 120,000 Rand plus whatever is in the investment. So this is our investment product, product number 1. Product number 2 is insurance only. It is personal accident cover only. It costs you 249 Rand a month, but this time you get 1 million Rands worth of personal accident cover. It does not cover you in the event of death through illness or natural causes. Right? Because then you get profiled. Then the nurse wants to come visit you and find out how old you are and what health status you're in, and your premium just keeps going up, right? The more you tell her about your health status. This product doesn't discriminate against age or health. So it doesn't matter how old you are. As long as you're over the age of 18, you can take out this product. The premium remains the same for everybody, and the amount of cover that you receive remains the same for everyone. So it's accessible to everybody. So that's Wealth Guard, personal accident cover. Then we've got Family Wealth. Family Wealth is our new funeral cover product. So a lot of us are familiar with funeral cover and how that works. This is a fairly innovative product. It starts at 299 Rand per month, and you get 20,000 Rands worth of funeral cover. It covers up to 5 family members. And the beautiful thing about this product is there's no excluded pre-existing conditions. So it doesn't matter what your health status is or your age, you can take out this product and the premium stays the same, still 299. And we've got a little bit of flexibility in the product. You can bump your cover up to 30,000 Rand and up to 10 family members. And we also include 10,000 Rands worth of debt protection. Right? So if you have some debt outstanding, we will pay that upon your death up to the value of 10,000 Rand. So this is Family Wealth, the funeral cover product. And then lastly, we've got Wealth Points. Wealth Points is designed to save you money. Right? It's not a savings product, it's a discounts product. it aims to reduce your cost of living expenses every single month. So for 299 Rand a month, you get to enjoy the discounts that we've negotiated with the list of companies that you see there. And we've tried to cover everything in that broad spectrum of typical cost of living expenses. We've got data partners, we've got grocery partners, we've got online retailers, car manufacturers, we've got hotel and restaurants and entertainment through the entertainer. We are adding partners to this product all the time. I'm hoping that one of our wealth engineers will finally go buy a Range Rover from Jaguar Land Rover. Who's getting a Range Rover soon? I know Francina wants one. There we go, right? They'll be very happy if 20 of us arrive there with R1 million each to buy a new Range Rover. So that's how this program works. For immediate benefit, it's a great product to have. So you are free to consider one or all 4 products. It is a personal decision that you get to make, right? If you have any questions about the products, come speak to me. Otherwise, there's more info on our website. There are in-depth reviews on our YouTube channel. Very quickly, how does our business model differ to other insurance companies? Well, there's one primary difference in that we don't spend money on marketing and advertising here at DuePoint. All those other companies spend a fortune on marketing and advertising. It is their biggest line item in their managed accounts, right? All that money goes to companies like DSTV, SABC, The Star, You Magazine, People Magazine. All the media companies get that money. At DuePoint, we don't spend a cent. And so we can take that portion of our budget and give it to our wealth engineers in the form of the returns and rewards program. And that's basically the difference in our business model. Some people come ask and say, how do you pay these wealth engineers money every month? It doesn't seem to make sense. Seems like you're paying more than you're making. Are you sure DuePoint's not going to close down at the end of the year? No, it's not going to close down, right? That is how our business model works. It is a proven business model. We've got some very clever actuaries that have built the financial model here. You don't have to worry. But that is basically how the business model works. Let's talk about how you earn money here at DuePoint. It is through what we call our returns program. The returns program is the money that you make for yourself every single month. It is based on a 27.50 Rand payment that we give you for every product that you have in your channel, right? But it is dependent on where that product lies in relation to you. So remember the first 5 people you introduced to DuePoint? Those people lie on your first point, right? Remember it. Purely an example. So the people on your first point, you actually get paid double the 27.50 Rand. You're earning 55 Rand for every product every month. Remember, it's recurring income. And then as your channel grows, those people you introduced go out and introduce other people, and that product lies on your second point, and again you get paid 55 Rand for every product on your second point. And then as your channel starts to grow out further and further and further away from you, the multiplier starts to reduce. And at point 8, you're being paid 4% of the 27.50 Rand, but we don't limit you. See that little plus next to the 8? It means that from point 8 onwards to infinity, in theory, you can carry on earning 4% of that 27.50 Rand. There is no limitation to the size of your channel at DuePoint. There's no limit to how much money you can earn at DuePoint. That onus falls squarely on your shoulders. Time and numbers. Time and numbers, right? That's the formula. So this is the mechanics of the returns. It's fairly straightforward, I think. Next, we answer the question, well, how much money do people make in this business typically? What can I expect? If I invest a certain amount of time, what should I expect as a return on the time that I spend at DuePoint? So we built this projection over the next 5 years. The time that we expect you to invest in this business looks like this. If you can bring 3 people in your first month, and then 2 people every single month thereafter. So 3 in August, 2 in September, 2 in October, 2 in November, 2 in December. You keep doing 2. Even when you're having Christmas, even when you're depressed in January because you broke. You still go out and find those 2 people, right? If you can do that every month for 5 years, these are the numbers you can expect. After 6 months, you could be earning 2,500 Rand in recurring income. Now, a quick lesson with regards to paying your debt off faster. If you've got a R1 million bond, so that same lady that I was speaking to earlier that had all the product in her garage, she says she's a real estate agent, right? She says she's got lots of young people coming to buy houses. Where she stays, there's lots of little houses there for R1 million. She says she loves to tell them this example. She loves it because these kids, youngsters, I feel like an old man at 40 when I say youngsters, under 30, right? They're coming to bond houses. So they don't have R1 million, they finance it. The bank says, for you, prime plus 2, prime plus 1, prime plus 3, whatever, and you're going to be paying back for 20 years to pay that money back to the bank with interest, right? So at prime plus 2, you're paying back 11,500 Rand a month for 20 years before you become a homeowner. But this lady likes to tell them at 6 months you could be earning 2,500 rand. And if you put that 2,500 rand into your bond, you'll pay the house off in 11 and a half years instead of 20. It saves you 1 million rand, almost 1 million rand in finance charges that you would have paid back in interest. That's 6 months away, right? Nearly 1 million rand in savings at 12 months. This is about leveraging money towards wealth creation. At 12 months, you're earning in excess of 100,000 rand in annual recurring income. Who would like a 100,000 rand check every Christmas? Extra. Extra. You've got to share it with the family, huh? How many of us won't tell the spouse we got the extra 100,000? You never know. At month 24, you're earning nearly 30,000 rand a month. Do you see how it increases every single month? Because you're building an asset. You are not chasing once-off sales-based commission. You are building an asset. The asset is what's paying you out. At month 36, you're earning nearly 50,000 rand a month. It's only going to get bigger. At month 48, you're now close to 70,000 rand a month. And after 5 years, 60 months from today, you could be earning about 1 million rand extra every single year. How about we throw that 100,000 rand check away and we give you a 1 million rand check every year? That's 5 years away. How many of us have ever made a 5-year plan and stuck to it? Not me. I haven't, right? But this is a 5-year plan. Anyone can do this. Anybody. You might not believe that it's possible to get to an extra 1 million rand a year. That's hard to believe, right? An extra 85,000 a month. Imagine how your life changes when that happens, right? You don't have to believe that yet. Worry about the first 6 months. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right? Do not worry about trying to eat the whole elephant. Just start with the tail. Just start somewhere. We've got wealth engineers doing this, right? Because that previous example is just a theory. It's a formula. It's academic. But we've got wealth engineers that we invite up on stage. Here we've got Andries Lottering. Wonderful man is involved in mining, like my father, so he always comes to talk to me about mining. I don't know anything about mining. I just nod and smile. He joined 23 months ago. So 2 years ago. If he was doing 3 plus 2, he should be close to about 27,000 rand. He's on 3,500 rand. Right? Now you can look at that and go, oh, that doesn't, I don't know if that's worth my time. 3,500 rand after 2 years. We've paid him nearly 23,000 rand. He's introduced, so see here where he's behind the 3 plus 2. Right? And we're not disparaging him. We're not saying it's a bad thing. I'm showing you the value of creating recurring income. He's put in 15 people into his business. That's translated to 91 products. There's the power duplication, the leverage that exists. Right? If you had 834,000 rand in your bank account, that would pay you 3,500 rand in interest. That's the question that you ask yourself when you get to retirement. Do you realize that? When you get to retirement, you're going to go, oh, look, this is how much I've saved and put into my retirement fund. You depend on your retirement fund for the interest that it pays out that you have to survive on for the next 30 years that you live. Who's going to have nearly 1 million rand in their retirement fund by the age of 60? Statistically, it's going to be about 5% of us. 5%. Right? Andries created it in 23 months because he's building an asset. He's not chasing once-off income. We got Petrus. He's following 3 plus 2 quite closely. He joined 10 months ago. The value of his channel sitting at nearly 5,000 rand a month. He's introduced 14 people. Right? So he's following 3 plus 2 quite closely. That's translated to 121 products in his channel. If you bring strong people on your first point, your channel will be bigger. Simple as that. Then we've got Casper and Madeleine, and here's a perfect example. They joined 2 years ago. So everyone's numbers are wildly different to a degree. The value of their channel sitting at 8,000 rand a month. We paid them nearly 40,000. Look how many people they introduced on their first point. In 2 years, 8. That's like doing work 1 person every 3 months, right? So when Casper comes to visit, we shout at him. I say, Casper, come to my office. Why have you only done 8 people? But look at, he brought such strong people on his 8th point that is translated to 665 products on his channel, in his channel. That 8,000 should be closer to something like 20,000. Right? He's got to unlock that value. We don't award you for being lucky or just bringing 1 or 2 strong people in. So this is what channel building looks like. This is what leverage looks like. That 8,000 Rand a month is equivalent of having 2 million Rand in a bank account at 5% interest. We need to look at the value of money differently. It is not about spending value. We've got thousands of people joining us every single month. Everyone is running a different race. You don't have to look at them to decide what you want. Decide what you want out of the business. Like I said, it's on the table for everybody. You have the freedom to decide what you want. We don't discriminate against everyone. Everyone is treated exactly the same. The system is the same for everybody. It comes down to how many people are you willing to connect. So the decision for me is really not what you want. It's how much time can you invest in this business practically. You've made time to come watch this presentation Friday lunchtime. Can you do this every single day during the week? You don't have to be at head office. You can do it on a USB stick. You can do it over the live stream. Or is it Saturday mornings? What is it? This business requires sacrifice. Wealth requires sacrifice. And all I'm asking is time sacrifice. That's all we're talking about here. Joining is very easy. You can become a wealth engineer in 7 minutes. Apply yourself now to this business. Read the code of conduct. Go watch the training that we've produced. Set goals for yourself. Do you want 10,000 Rand a month after 1 year? If the answer is yes, I can tell you what the plan is. The plan is that you need to bring 2 people every single month to get there. Right? 2 new people every month. No holidays in between. 2 people every month for 12 months straight. You'll be close to 10,000 Rand a month. And that's the only number that you have to keep yourself accountable to. The number that you keep yourself accountable to is how many people do I need to speak to so that 2 people eventually join. You might only need to speak to 4 people for 2 to join. You might need to speak to 10 people for 2 to join. But that's the only metric you have to worry about in this business. The rest will take care of itself. Right? Get the merchandise. The merchandise paints a picture of credibility. If you sit down with somebody and they're proposing a business opportunity, I at least want to see that that person's taking the business seriously. So what does that look like? Well, they have business cards. Right? They might have a book, a pen, something that says that this person believes in the system, that they take it seriously. So please consider getting business cards. And there's a host of other merchandise, all available. We can send it anywhere in the country for any wealth engineer. Join the Facebook page. Constantly beautiful content being produced on Facebook every day. The YouTube channel's got all our videos, testimonies, training. Tells you every time that camera gets turned on so that you can build your channel anywhere in the country at any time. Download the mobile app. So once you become a wealth engineer, make sure you've got the mobile app on your phone. That is your business on your phone, in your pocket, in the palm of your hands. That is where the flexibility exists, that you can show anybody at any time the business. Then on to our rewards program. So the rewards program is the cherry on top here at DuePoint. Who would like a free car? Free car, paid off. We buy it cash and we give it to you, right? That happens in the rewards program. That sounds fantastic, doesn't it? A free car. I'd love a free car. I can't have one. I'm not allowed to be a wealth engineer. Something about conflict of interest. I don't know what they're talking about. But the free car exists here. Who would like to go on a 5-star business class luxury holiday, 7 days, all expenses paid with your family every single year for the rest of your life? All expenses paid trip for the rest of your life. It's in the rewards program. Do you know that the rewards program is not as important as the returns program? The income that you make every single month is way more important than everything I've described here. That's why I say, this is the cherry on top. It's excited to get excited about. I mean, it's easy to get excited about that, right? Because such tactile rewards. So this is how it works. If you become a wealth engineer, you'll start out at rank 0. When you do wealth engineer things, you will start earning something called XP. Stands for experience points. And when you start collecting XP and your channel grows, you will rank up in the rewards program. Right? So to get to rank 1, you need 1,000 XP, 4 products in your qualified channel, and you get a once-off, not recurring, once-off 55 Rand at the end of the month. Such a small start. Can you get excited over 55 Rand? No. You better. You better get excited over 55 Rand, because that's the first step to the car and the holiday. If you can't get excited to the 55 Rand, what are you going to do? You're going to stay at rank 0. Get excited for the 55 Rand, because as you start to rank up, the rewards get bigger and better. 20,000 Rand check, a 50,000 Rand check are waiting for you. Tools that we give to our wealth engineers to empower their channel building. Business cards. Did you see the video on Facebook today? Lynette and Fricky got their rank 7 business cards this week. They are like blocks of gold, those business cards, right? To make a positive impression on the people that you're trying to connect in this business. No one has got 12,500 Rand business cards in their wallets. Nobody, except you, the rank 7s. At rank 9, this is the first recurring reward. This is a reward that happens every single year for you and your family. Your family get to enjoy this. So it's business class flights there and back, 5-star luxury resort, 7 days away, all expenses paid trip. All expenses paid trip, right? I think Patrick left his wallet by accident at home and he didn't notice. He didn't notice, right? So take a look at the trip from last year. Our next trip is 4 months away. This is available for everybody. Time and numbers.
When all of your wind has gone and all of the paths you've drawn have sunk to the ocean sand where no one can see. You stand, don't let the dark embrace, cower the dreams you chase under the rust and blood. Don't let yourself give up.
You can get to rank 9 as fast as you like. We've had one individual get there in 5 months. Some took a year, some took 2 years. It is up to you. You have to take care of the numbers side, right? We're running a campaign on Facebook, so if you're interested in making 2,000 Rand really easily and quickly, we've got 10 winners that will win that 2,000 Rand. All you have to do is participate in the Road to Rank 9 campaign on Facebook. So make sure if you've got Facebook on your phones or on your computer, go to our page, like the page, go look for the Road to Rank 9 campaign. At rank 11, there's the car. We spent 250,000 Rand on a brand new car for you. Which car do you want? Don't point to that one. That one's taken already. That one's gone. It's been driven off the parking lot. It is up to you. You can choose any car you like. Any car you like. We'll contribute the 250,000 Rand to any car that you want, right? We pay for it cash. There are no T's and C's. No debit order for you at the end of the month. No, if you start misbehaving, we're taking the car back. You don't have to carpool with other wealth engineers. The car is yours, simple and straightforward. So this is what our rewards program looks like. I know it's easy to get excited over this stuff, right? Focus on the return every month. This will happen. We go up to rank 28 in our rewards program. There is a lot waiting for you. If you think you're rich by the time you've got the free car, you are not. You have just started. You have just started at DuePoint. There is so much more waiting for you. And so I invite you to come join us in this business called DuePoint. That's my invitation to you. Come try us out. We don't lock you into any contracts or long-term anything. Come try this business. Even if you're skeptical. I'm a natural skeptic, right? I take a long time to make any decision. Even if you're a skeptic, we have designed this business to be so low risk that there's no risk really in just trying. Come try this business for 30 days and see what happens. But make sure that you do the numbers in the 30 days. Give yourself the best chance in the 30 days. I guarantee you, you'll be wealthier next month than you are last month. And in 5 years' time, who knows where you'll be. So if you have any questions, come speak to me. Thank you for being a wonderful audience. No one shouted at me. I hope you have a very prosperous 4 months left. We've got 4 months left of 2018. I want wealth engineers in DuePoint to be going, 2018 was great, because you know the rest of the country is going to be crying in 2018. They'll all say, oh, 2018 was horrible, 2019 is going to be my year. Don't wait for 2019. Do it now. So good luck. Thank you.